Hey man, the one and only James Williams Dog Waters, and I'm back. And let me say something to you. We're gonna take our time, and I want you to understand some things that's going on out here in these streets. So they got somebody. This is hilarious. So a broad comes up and says that Donald Trump groped her 31 years ago. And I'm gonna tell you something. See, they're running the same playbook that they ran the first time, but you got to understand why they're running this playbook. Doug Emhoff has got a real broad that came out and said that he smacked the dog piss out of her, spun her around, and she talking. So they need to distract from the Doug Emhoff story. So they come out with a broad who says that Donald Trump did something to her 31 years ago. Now, I'm gonna give them credit this time. Every other person that alleged that this man laid hands on her was ugly as dog feces that's been dried up in the sun for 6 weeks. At least this time, they got a semi-attractive woman and they're showing pictures of her in her younger years to say, okay, 31 years ago, this is what I looked like. And it makes sense possibly that he may have groped her. Now, what the hell is groping mean? When groping comes to mind, it makes you think about grabbing on a woman's melons, massaging the melons, right? Or grabbing on her buttocks. But what we know about these people and the way they lie is, for them, groping is, I brush my elbow against you walking past you. And this is the thing that kills, it's hilarious to me, because you're seeing the Democratic Party crumble. I'm talking about the utter destruction and crumbling of the party, because they're running the same playbook. And anybody who's had common sense, that's seen all these allegations before, is going to sit there and say, man, I don't give a damn about what some bro said 31 years ago. I don't care. We're not, the Republican Party ain't been the one saying that, believe all women. It was the Democrats that said believe all women. And so we get to this point to where we're 2 weeks out and they got to roll it all out. But more importantly, watch this, listen to this. More importantly, this is a sign that they're doing bad with women. Yeah. This is a sign that the Democratic Party is doing terrible with women. You see, it's one of those things to where it's like, hey, you girls, all you ladies, y'all think that guy's great? You going to vote for him? No. This is what he did. This is. It's like sitting in a room with the entirety of the Democratic Party and the media. Imagine them being a person. Imagine them being, I don't know, a guy with a suit on. No, better yet, just imagine him being Satan himself, the devil in a suit. And so Satan is sitting there saying, well, yeah, these ladies want to try and move away from me and vote for Donald Trump. We need to get into something. Hillary, come here. Get over here, Hillary. Hillary's like, yes, Satan. What do you want from me, Satan? You need to come up with something, damn it. Didn't I save your life? When you about to pass out and fall on your face and die? Didn't you fall outside the van and I had my people lift you up? Yes, Satan, you help me, Satan. Go over there and make some sacrifices, Hillary, now. And then Satan calls Barack. Barack, where are you? And Barack's like, yeah, I'm right here, Satan. He start walking over, dapping. Yeah, I'm here, Satan. Get out there and get those Negroes in place. Get them in place right now. All right, Satan. And then he gets Jim Carvel to come in there. Skeletor, come in, Skeletor. And so Jim Carvel comes in because he looks like Skeletor. I need you to tell more lies than possible than you've ever told in your whole life. And Jim Carvel is real devil. So Jim and Satan sit there and plot. And he said, well, Satan, the last time we hit Donald Trump with these allegations on women, it damaged him in the polls. And Satan says, do it again. But this time, don't use no ugly women. Do it again. And it'll take over the news cycle. So Satan, Jim Carvel, Obama, Hillary, they all leave. And then Satan calls Kamala in. Kamala, come in here. And she's like, hey, Satan, how you doing? She's like, use one dumb trick. What I want you to do is I want you to go sit down in the corner and shut up. Stop talking. Don't you say nothing else. Stop talking. Every time you do an interview, every time you do a town hall, you make stuff worse. If you don't sit still, I'm going to burn you. Yes, Satan, okay. Shut up. Don't laugh. I can't help but cackle, Satan. Don't laugh. Watch, let's see what they're saying about my man.
With less than 2 weeks to go till the US presidential election,
Girl, I like you. That accent sounds sexy.
Trump's campaign has been rocked by new claims he groped and sexually touched a model in the 1990s.
What? He groped this? She can't even keep her face straight while she's saying this stupid shit.
Trump's team are dismissing the claims as fake, calling it a story contrived by the Harris campaign.
Good afternoon, Narelda. Well, this new allegation is certainly sending shockwaves through both sides of politics here in the US.
It ain't sending shockwaves through a damn thing. Don't nobody care about something that happened in the 1990s?
Tonight, with Donald Trump accused of sexual assault yet again.
Donald Trump accused of sexual assault yet again.
Now, in this latest case, the alleged victim has decided to come forward publicly. Stacey Williams is a former model who says she met Donald Trump in the early 90s, introduced by Jeffrey Epstein. She says it was
they ran the Epstein play card.
In 1993, during a visit to Trump Tower, that Donald Trump groped her.
He pulled me into him and started groping me. He put his hands all over my breasts.
Hey man, hold on. Why does it look like a hostage video? I'm sorry, I'm not trying not to laugh. Why does it look like a hostage video? Why look like she under duress doing it? Why it look like this? Why it look like she in a dark tunnel? And it's funny because they wanted to get somebody that had a little bit of a darker shade to her skin. Why she look like, or maybe the lighting's doing, why they look like she in a hostage video like they got in a dungeon?
My waist, my butt, and I froze. And I froze because I was so deeply confused about what was happening, because the hands were moving all over me, yet these two men were like smiling at one another and continuing on in their conversation.
Now, this allegation was made during a Zoom call with a group called Survivors for Harris. They openly support Kamala Harris and the Democrats, and already we've heard from the Trump team strenuously denying the accusations. In a statement, the press secretary for Donald Trump wrote, "These accusations made by a former activist for Barack Obama and announced on a Harris campaign call 2 weeks before the election are unequivocally false. It's obvious this fake story was contrived by the Harris campaign." Certainly, the timing of Miss Williams coming forward.
Hold on, let me see something. If we sitting this way, and I'm telling a story about something that really happened to me, I'm sitting this way. She making that whole entire story up. Look at her eye movement down to the right. Anytime you're trying to access a memory, you looking this way. Like, man, I remember when you accessing your memory, you looking like this. Your eyes are always up and to the left. If we turn this way, our eyes up and to the left, up and to the right.
Forward isn't lost on her. In fact, she.
Turn yourself around. Boom. Yeah, this bitch is looking to the right. Pardon my language. Trick, you lying. Trick, you envisioning something. Guys, even you can go back and watch my videos. When I'm telling you about something that happened in the past, I'm looking like this. I'm like, yeah, because remember such and such did, and because my brain is accessing the memory of my brain. It ain't making nothing up going like this. Yeah, he groped me and he touched me. Like any body language. Well, watch this. When a body language analysis of this video comes out, she's gonna be in trouble. I don't know what they paid you, lady. You really shouldn't have did this to yourself. I mean, you really shouldn't have. I mean, I would not allow somebody to thrust me into the spotlight like this. But hey, that's your life. You fall up under the Trump curse all you want. That's a terrible idea. Let's go on to the next story that's out here, guys. I'll be right back. Now, on to another subject. You see this ugly witch right here? Stacey Abrams? This witch. I mean, this water witch right here. Now, somebody may be DW tripping, blah, blah. Now I'll go back to the Black Lives Matter thing. When did this water witch get involved in politics? During the Black Lives Matter movement. And it was this witch and all the rest of that was invoking ancestral spirits and building altars in the middle of the damn street. Y'all don't remember it because you don't remember what you were looking at. And they had altars all over in the middle of the street, and it was like they was making white people bow down to them, which I thought was absolutely crazy. I'm gonna be real with you. If any of my white friends would have been in a crowd bowing down to these, I would have smacked the dog piss out of you. I was way out. Dead smack up, so get choked behind up. What is wrong with you? Bowing down to them, not realizing there was a spirit inside of them making you bow down. You was bound to a spirit of recklessness, spirit of violence, spirit of poverty. You was bowing down. This trick right here, this witch, then came out and said there is sexism, there is racism against Kamala Harris from black men. Now, who told her that this was a good idea? I don't. But I don't know. Like who? Thank you, Jesus. They being destroyed by God. Because this thing right here, what she just said, ain't helping them one bit. It ain't gonna help them. So now you telling every black man who got a brain for himself that he's racist because he don't agree with you about Kamala Harris. So I'm racist, right? Because I don't like Kamala. I'm racist. Yeah. So I don't like my mama. I don't like my sister. I'm a sexist. I don't care about my wife if I don't vote for Kamala. That's what you're telling us. If we don't vote for who you say we should vote for, we don't like our wives, our mothers, our sisters. These people crazy. They're crazy. I mean, they are absolutely crazy. Former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams said that Vice President Kamala has been facing sexism and racism from black men. Wow. Abrams made an appearance on CNN where she was asked to comment on Georgia's Pastor Jamal Bryant saying that misogyny has been hurting the black community. Oh my Lord. Full stop, misogyny is still real in our community. We got to address it head on and not act like it does not exist. The reality is that black men had voted Stacey Abrams would be governor, Bryant said. The reality is black men look at that rank devil and say, I'm not having this devil rule over me. That's the embodiment of a Jezebel. Why would you have the embodiment of a Jezebel ruling over you? The embodiment of it. Look at it. Really look at that thing. Look at it. Look in its eyes. And you tell me you see a damn human right there. Tell me what you see. Look at it. And for my white brothers and sisters and Jewish and Latinos who listen, don't feel bad about what I'm saying. I'm saying this. You ain't saying this. I want you to look. And tell me, I wouldn't want that representing me. And black men didn't want it representing them. So they didn't vote for it. And the Democratic Party has decided they're going to try and shame black men. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You already, whatever. We're going to go on to the next story. It's amazing to me that they've shown their true colors and they expect people not to see their true colors. So because we don't agree with you, now you're going to shame everybody. And all you're doing is destroying yourself. Quite frankly, every conclusion you got to come to at this point in time is that they are being destroyed. There's no other conclusion you can come to other than they are being destroyed. And I want them to see them be destroyed, utterly decimated. I'll be right back. Watch this story. Now, if you want to know why the new Donald Trump accuser has come out, it's because they need to distract from Doug Emhoff's problems that he's having. If they don't distract from this shall destroy. It's already destroying them. Quite frankly, guys, if you really look at the news week cycle over the past 60 days, the Democrats haven't won a weekly news cycle at all. I will say this, I believe this may be the first time they're actually trying to fight super dirty to win it. Dang, girl, what you doing getting caught on a machine like that, girl? What's wrong with you? Y'all saw that? Dang. But anyway, let me stop. I'm getting distracted. This is the first time that they went all out warfare in the news cycle. I mean, they're pulling out all the stops, all the lies, everything. But it's about par for the course at this point in time, because everybody should be pulling out all the stops. Everybody should be going full on warfare at this point in time. Everything should be thrown against the wall. I mean, I'm sorry. Now, I'll say this for the Christian audience that follows me. Understand, when it comes to these issues, and this is where a lot of Christians get things confused, y'all a little bit too nice sometimes. You see, if you go in an arena full of lions, tigers, bears, and you try and pet a lion, a tiger, or a bear, they're going to eat you. You go in there and you chop the lion, tiger, or bear's head off. Now, once you chop the head off, you got all the blood on you, did some dirty stuff. That's when you go back to the Lord and say, Lord, forgive me. I know I went a little ham, but you the one that sent me in here with these lion, tigers, and bears. So I chop the heads off. You don't lay on your belly and open up your legs and say, oh, rub on my belly, lion, because he's going to eat your guts. And so what you're seeing is the lion, tigers, and bears fighting. If you don't remember anything I've ever told you, remember this one thing. There's a time to be nice, and there's a time to be mean. There's a time when there's people that you should be nice to, and there's a time where there's people you should not tolerate in any way, shape, or form. And once you get to an arena around those people, do not feel guilty for not tolerating them. Second gentleman, Doug Emhoff's ex, speaks out about alleged 2012 assault at Kane's Festival. I saw his dark side. A former girlfriend of second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, that sounds so whatever, said she was left embarrassed and humiliated when he allegedly slapped her following a gala dinner event in 2012 Kane's Festival in South France, claiming that he has maintained was completely fabricated. Claiming that he has maintained a completely fabricated persona in the public limelight. It's amazing. So we know this allegation came out maybe a couple of weeks ago. And so the exact same verbiage is used by the woman who's claiming that Trump is a problem. If you remember, she said that that his persona is what she doesn't want to see, his wickedness be in the White House again, and he's not what he claims to be. So it's just an inversion. It's like tick for tack. You know, y'all release a story on us, we're gonna release a lie. You told the truth about us, we're gonna tell a lie about you. The woman, a New York attorney identifies only as Jane, told the Daily Mail that she was talking to a valet, trying to persuade him to give her and Emhoff special treatment during a chaotic scene at a taxi line when her beau allegedly struck her. Jane approached the valet to hand off the equivalent of $100 when she alleged Emhoff hit her unprovoked that night in May 2012. This is the crazy thing about politics. Everything is on the table, honestly. Like, when it gets heated, everything is on the table. But you got to know where it's all coming from. I mean, when you really break it down, you got to know who's behind it all. And if you notice, there was a struggle between the new age consultants that were advising Kamala and the old guard. Kamala was trying to keep her new people around, and her new people were telling her to do all these things. And now you can see the fingerprints of the old guard. I mean, I really see the fingerprints of the Clintons and the Carvels. You really see their fingerprints all over the stuff now. Their fingerprints weren't on it before. And I think what ended up happening is Kamala was like, I'm going to do it my way. I don't need your help, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, look, you need to do this, Kamala. She wasn't listening. And then the polls shifted and she started getting her butt whooped. But she said, okay, well, maybe I could use some help. Maybe I can listen to you guys. And so now they turned on the real machine. Because believe me, there is a Democrat political machine. And that machine is one of them lions, tigers, and bears. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, it really is. And so you see that bear and that lion and that tiger running around doing stuff. But I don't necessarily believe that it's going to work out for him this time. It's too many people whose eyes have been opened. The lions, tigers, and bears worked in a great economy where everybody's doing well, where you can put gas in your car and go on vacation, and it works when people are asleep. when their bellies are full, when they're comfortable. The lions, tigers, and bears approach only works then. Doesn't work when violence is in the streets. It doesn't work when people are hungry. What ends up happening is you release the lions, tigers, and bears, and everybody looks around and says, well, damn, these things running around eating up everybody. You're destroying everything. And I ain't got no food to eat. I don't have no gas in my car. My wife just lost a job. And they pick up their sticks and their stones and their pitchforks and everything else. And they go kill the lions, tigers, and bears and divide it up for food amongst each other. And this is what you see doing. This is what you see happening. You see the lions, tigers, and bears, the old guard, trying its best to ward off attacks on multiple sides. So it's roaring and screaming and rah, rah, and trying to intimidate everybody. I mean, when you really look at it, that's what it is. When you look at this story, where did she go? With what's that damn girl's name? What's her damn name? The water witch. When you look at the water witch, that's what she was doing. She was roaring, black men are sexist, misogynist, and blah blah blah, and they won't support the women. Roaring, screaming, making noise because everybody's closing in on them. And that's what it is. So don't be dismayed by what you hear on the news. Understand what's really going on. It's the death throes. And don't get me wrong, they're throwing everything at us, but they dying. And their options are limited. I mean, completely and totally limited. I mean, couldn't they blow Trump's plane out of the sky? Absolutely. If they want to guarantee that they get swept, I mean, completely out of office. I'm talking about not in the House, not in the Senate, nowhere. Swept. There won't be a Democrat anywhere. You won't have a Democratic mayor. You won't have a Democratic senator. You won't have a Democratic state congressman. You won't have a Democrat anywhere if they kill Donald Trump. So, and they're smart enough to know that. So they're not sitting there. They plotting and scheming, but they're saying, nah, dog, we can't do that because we gonna get wiped out. All right. So, what's the options they got left? Well, we gonna go to civil war. We gonna do this. No, what y'all gonna do is obstruct and do what the hell you did last time. That's all. That's the only card you can play at this point in time. You don't have much, and you see it because here we go. Hitler. Atlantic's Hitler story is not only a hoax; it's a rerun of 2022. When you see your enemy doing the same thing that they did last year and running at you again, you know they defeated. Because they ain't got no bullets. They shooting bullets that they shot already. They don't have nothing new. Oh yeah, Trump is Hitler. That worked last time. And imagine, this is what it is. Stop texting me, dog. Come on, man. Watch this. Damn right you was declined. Get out my money. Watch this. Imagine them being like this, right? This them. They got all their paperwork. And they sitting there saying, all right, let's go through the polls and let's see what attack. How did us calling him Hitler affect his polls last time? We got a problem with the black males. Let's see. Last time when we called him Hitler, there was a 3% decrease in the polling numbers. And we came out with the tiki torches, and that dropped him by about 12 to 15%. And they all sitting in front of Satan. I need a 50% drop now. Don't I need more than that? Oh, okay, sir. And they said, well, sir, I'm looking at this, and they've been praying for him, sir. And it looks as if there's a large population of the American public that's praying for Donald Trump. And they're praying to Jesus that he wins the office. And sir, I mean, we can attack him from a religious angle and see if we can get them to stop praying. But it looks like every time we've ever done one of those things, sir, it's made the situation worse. Satan is saying, damn it, Did not tell you to hit him the first time. Did not tell you to hit him with that bullet. Sir, from all the research we have here, sir, there was an angel standing next to him, and there were angels all over the stage, and the bullet was shot straight, and the angel turned his chin just a little bit and then skimmed his ear. So you might want to go have a talk with the big guy in heaven about that. Move on to the next thing. And just say, okay, roll out Joe Biden. So Joe Biden comes out. Right, here comes Joe Biden. Joe Biden comes out. Let's roll out Joe Biden, sir. He can say we're going to lock him up. Joe Biden comes out screaming, we're going to lock him up. We're going to get him. Right? Sir, the lock him up thing didn't really work out well. We tried that in 2017, and it didn't work out really well. He flipped it on Hillary's head and came out and said that he could have locked Hillary up, but he thought it was bad for America, sir. And I'm going to have to agree with you, sir. I don't think we should go with the lock him up narrative, because he may just lock us up, sir. And Satan's like, damn it, you're right. What shall we do? What can we do? Guys, they're losing everywhere. They're losing absolutely everywhere. I can't think of a place where they are winning. I look for places where they're winning. I can't find a place where they're winning. I'll tell you something that was interesting. In one of the most disappointing things that I saw in the news yesterday, and we'll just talk about the entertainers, right? Can I keep it real with y'all? Excuse me, I'm belching. I had a little iced coffee. That was one of them gas bubbles that come from deep up in your stomach. So, to me, one of the most beautiful actresses in the world is Kerry Washington. And I was looking at all the list of all the damn actresses that was coming together to help Kamala Harris. Kamonki. And when I saw her name on that list, I said, I'll be damn, Kerry. I'll be damn. Heartbroken. So I reached inside my heart, and I grabbed that little behind, and I pulled out, and I looked at her, and I threw her in the trash. Can't have you around me, girl. If Sade right there was a butt in the politics and said, I'm voting for Kamala, I will burn that Sade, and y'all know that's my girl. But watch this. I was wondering why, and I want you to think about this. I'm wondering why all these celebrities keep coming to the table for them. Until it dawns on me. In the Bible it says, witchcraft is as rebellion and idolatry is as stubbornness. I'm going to repeat it again. Witchcraft is as rebellion. Rebellion is as witchcraft, and idolatry is as stubbornness. And then you look around, and they bring every idol to the table. And that's all celebrities are idols, right? People who are idols. And I'm wondering why they're doing it. Then it dawns on me. You got to bring all the idols out, because the idols, the people who follow the idols are stubborn, according to scripture. They're stubborn. So as you present these idols out, these celebrities, Usher, Beyonce, Jay-Z punk behind ain't been nowhere, because he cooked. He ain't gonna show himself. They start presenting all the idols out and showing them. What was the one's name? Not Katy Perry. What's the one who's named to the football player? Put it in the description, y'all. She's married to the football player. Dating one of the football players. Taylor Swift. You wonder why they brought Taylor Swift out? Because it represents people who are stubborn in following their idols. And if you look through this process, every one of those idols have been lifted up. Jessica Parker, Taylor Swift. It's hundreds of names. What are names at? Believe all women. Here it is. Watch this. Believe all women, feminist celebrities silent on Emma Hoff's accusations. But watch this. Is this the Taylor Swift came out, right? Oprah Winfrey came out. Think about all the Oprah, you on that Ozempic, girl. You seriously on that Ozempic. Your head look too damn big. All right, Julia Roberts. These are all their idols that they bring out. Michelle. Billie Eilish. Well, this thing here is demonic fully. Beyonce. You wonder why the Beyonce got the beehive. You wonder why all these Christian women who go to Beyonce concerts and they can sit there and watch her have an upside down cross on the stage. Oh, I love me some Beyonce. It's stubbornness, right? Jennifer Lopez, Ariana Grande, Meryl Streep, Jennifer Lawrence, Anne Hathaway, Pink, Jessica Alba. Then my girl Carrie go, I can't believe you, damn it. Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Gardner, Olivia Rodrigo, Glenn Close, Kerry Washington. My damn Kerry. Damn you to hell, Kerry. Lizzo, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Cardi B, Tiffany Haddish, Megan Thee Stallion, Barbara Streisand, Cher, Eva Longoria, Whoopi Goldberg, Jamie Lee Curtis, Sigourney Weaver, Sally Fields, Mindy Kaling, Viola Davis, Fran Drescher. Come on, Fran. Fran the nanny. Come on, Fran. Jane Fonda, Mia Farrow, Linda Ronstadt, Stevie Nicks, Cynthia Nixon, Rosie O'Donnell, which she's been that witch, Cheryl Lee Ralph. I'm not going to, the names are endless. Look at this. Wanda Sykes, Kathy Griffin, Lydia Carter. Watch this. That's a giant coven of witches. When you really think about it, it's a giant coven of witches. Truly it is. Just one big ass celebrity coven. I mean, really think about it. Think about the names on that list and the things that have been said. One on the list was holding down Trump's head up with blood on it. Another one, I mean, they witches, man. They witches. They witches. Giant coven. All in front of your face. Can y'all see them? America's female celebrity coven of witches. Yep. There it is. And all of them combined have a group of following and fans that are rabid about them. Oh, I love me some Beyonce. Don't say nothing about my Beyonce. But they go to Beyonce concert on Saturday, get up and go to church on Sunday, even though she full on demonized witch. Oh, I'm going to the Beyonce concert. Jennifer Lopez. I mean, Lizzo. Think about it. And so there's your coven that's holding steadfast with feminism, with everything else that you can think of that would destroy America. There they are. All of them. And what I love about what's going on now is, see, nothing is hidden anymore. Why it seem like I'm always outside the center of the screen? All right, as long as Sade is on my right, that means I'm in the center. All right, baby, because I'm sorry for covering you up like that. What was I saying? Everything's out in the open, which is what I like and I appreciate about this phase that we're going through. Every damn thing is in the open. Nothing's hidden. All right, I'll be back with some more. We going long format. Hopefully y'all enjoying the long format. You got to hit the like button. You got to subscribe. You got to share. Because the short format, I agree with you guys. I mean, you get a lot of short content, but it's like, I don't really get to be me. You know what I'm saying? I won't be me. Can I be me and you be you? Just be yourself. I'm going to be myself. I'll be right back. Don't go. Before I was it wasn't even a rude interruption. My phone rang. It was my son. So I'm not even going to say rudely interrupted. Before I was interrupted, I was making a point. And the point is this, that the Democratic Party pundits find themselves in a situation where they have to defend the undefendable personality. That personality is embodied in the human flesh sack called Kamala Harris. And it's hard for them. I mean, imagine the job of having to spin a terrible candidate. Now, mind you, everybody doesn't watch the news every day. So there's some people who watch the news, other people who don't watch the news. Everybody doesn't watch it daily. Most people get their news media from their friends and Their friends explain things to them. So, but for those who watch CNN on a regular basis, which is like their hardcore base, these guys have to find a way to spin everything that happens with them. And I submit to you that she makes their job very difficult to spin these things. I mean, she really, really does with her word salads. And this is Van Jones trying his best to spin her failure that she had on a CNN town hall. You got to understand, this is CNN. This is supposed to be a walk in the park. You're supposed to walk through this backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's CNN. But nope, watch this.
There were flashes of the Kamala that I know, who is really a true public servant. She really does work for real people. And in the back of her mind, she is trying to figure out, how do I solve the problem? She sometimes skips, even in person, she'll sometimes skip the human part and get to the problem-solving part. But there were flashes of it. And I think the question, if you're at home trying to figure this out, you can ask, well, could she have done this? Could she have done...
Van, man, you got to stop smoking that marijuana, man. Look at Van lips. Like, see, my lips is black because I smoke cigars. That man smoke a lot of that weed, right? Look at them lips, man.
Better. Your job isn't to do town halls. Your job...
But, I mean, he probably just started smoking since he started defending Kamala. I mean, I would need to be high to defend it, too.
Job is to fight for people. Does she seem like somebody who is going to take seriously the problems of ordinary people and try to get an answer? And I think she passed that test. I think that the word salad stuff gets on my nerves. I think that some of the evasions are not necessary. But when she's talking about trying to get you a house, I believe her. When she starts, like I'm trying to...
Wow, he just said the quiet part out loud. He said the word salads gets on my nerves and the evasions are not necessary. Whoa. Dang, Van Jones. Van Jones just told the truth in the process of trying to spin it. But you know, it's so blatantly obvious that she avoids questions and she spins and she puts out word salads that you have to accept the fact that she does it. You have to work within the confines of doing it. So you have to admit that to the people and then spin everything else. Because it's blatant, obvious truth. Where people go wrong is when they try and spin truth into a lie. You can only spin truth into a lie so many times. And people like Van Jones and whoever the hell else is on this panel, quite frankly, I can't name these people because I don't watch CNN. They can only spin truth into lies so many times. Because, especially with a candidate like Kamala, because she's going to do it every damn time she comes on TV. So if she does it every time she comes on TV, you can't sit there and keep justifying it. You just need to call it out and keep it moving. And so now they need to, what's the word? They need to normalize her word salad. And now they're making that normal. What you hear him doing is normalizing it. Oh, it's normal. If you normalize it to where people expect it from her, then okay. You know, we just get past it. It's just what Kamala does. And that's what he's trying to do.
Get you to help for your mama
Yes.
who's sick. I believe her.
Yeah.
When she's talking about, I'm going to do what I can to bring prices down, I may not agree with those tools, but I believe she's going to try to apply them. And so I believe this is somebody who actually cares about people. And I think that she passed that test tonight. So, on how she did it and some of that stuff got on my nerves. But I believe that she is going to fight for the American people.
But you described it as flashes. But then your follow-up seemed like a much more of a brighter endorsement.
Yeah. I'm saying that there were flashes of the person. I didn't get a chance to say it because I got interrupted. There were flashes of the person that I know. There are flashes of the person that I know that I've seen as a district attorney at the grassroots level in San Francisco, fighting for regular people, giving young people an opportunity.
There were flashes of the person you saw throwing Negroes in jail left and right, is what you saw. That's what she did. She threw Negroes in jail.
So one of those young people, by the way, is going to Congress. I know this woman, and there were flashes of that. And then some other stuff, it got lost in the sauce.
I think Republicans would take another hour of Kamala Harris. We'd just press play, let her keep going. We'd pay for another hour to let her keep not answering the questions. I think Anderson's asking her, well, why haven't you done it? You've been there for 4 years. Why have you done any of this? And the word salad answer she gave to that was just mind-boggling. I mean, it's blown up the internet, her answer to that question. I think the things that are troubling for people were her responses to, Van said about what you're going to do to reduce costs when they asked her at the beginning. We're hurting economically. She said, I'm going to prosecute corporations, right? That's not going to
Look at Van, man. Look at Van's face, guys. I want y'all to look at Van. He's like, fuck, damn it. You can see it. Look at the frustration on his face. He's like, how do I respond to that? He's literally, and don't get me wrong, guys. There's a certain level of respect that you have to have for a Van Jones. I know people make fun of Van, and I know he cried like a little girl during the election. But you got to understand, the man ain't dumb. He's actually a genius. He's just an evil genius. And once you understand he's an evil genius, you can look at him and you can see that in real time, this evil genius is sitting there saying, crap, she sure did say that. How do I respond to this? And his brain is processing all of this in that moment. That's what you see is a brain processing how he's going to spin this. So I know a lot of pundits make fun of the guy. But I'm going to tell you, freaking guy's smart. He's just on the wrong team. I mean, he's gifted. He really is. I mean, think about it. To cry on demand on TV, I mean, that's Oscar-worthy performance that he's done in the past. You know, today, man, I would have to put onions on my fingertips, like rub my fingertips in onions and then do my eye like this in order for me to cry on demand. But it's amazing to see these battles like this. Like to pause for a second and see him gathering his thoughts, loading his gun, and ready to shoot his bullet. And the guy on the right, who's already been sitting there with his gun loaded, saying, all right, let me see how, and you know he's phrased this to cause this reaction from Van. Everything he's saying is, it's like watching a knife fight, but they don't have knives. The words are the knives. So Van framed the conversation around Kamala. He framed it around the word salad. He framed it, she had a word salad. I don't like the word salad. I don't care about the word salad. I don't think she should do it, but I believe her. I believe what she did. I believe she can do this. I believe she can do this. I believe she can do this, right? It's, I don't like how she said it, but I believe her. That was a frame. He comes back and just destroys the frame and says, well, if I was a Republican, I would just pay I would pay money to have her just keep doing word salads and avoiding questions. And then he goes into the answer. So he addressed the word salad, the initial frame of the conversation, which is the word salad. This gentleman addresses it and it says, okay, you think that's a little bit of nothing for us to talk about. You wanted to minimize it. I'll maximize it. If I would pay money to see her do it over and over again. So he took his initial frame, broke it. Then he came back and he says, okay, let's talk about what she really said. Because remember, Van's frame, what she just said was, well, you know, I believe her. So remember, I believe her. He told all the people, I believe her. So now this guy comes back and says, okay, y'all believe her? Let's see what she said and see if you believe in it. And so he lays out what she said. I mean, it's beautifully done. I mean, it truly is.
Lower costs? Oh. How are you going to make things better for me? I'm going to prosecute people. Trump bad is not a message that's going to elect, get her elected. Trump bad message? I disagree with you, Alyssa. There, I don't think it's going to happen.
You're referring to the whole kept bringing up the Hitler and Atlantic
you have to bring something else. Say, was she for a wall or was she against a wall? I couldn't tell from her answer. Right? You know, Anderson kept asking her, well, listen. You laughed at the wall, but now it's in your plan. Are you for it or against it? There was so much mishmash in there. I don't know what was going on.
Ooh, look at, you see, why it's a reaction. But guys, you gotta, once you see these things, you can sit here and you can enjoy it. Not from a brainwashing perspective, like I'm mad about what the person's saying. You can sit here and enjoy it for the jousting that it is. Watch the reaction.
Right? You know, Anderson kept asking her, well, listen, you laughed at the wall, but now it's in your plan. Are you for it or against it? There was so much.
You see his smile breaking. He's trying to hold his smile, I mean, think about the level of this. I mean, I don't like the guy, man. I don't, and I'm not getting, but damn.
Mishmash in there. I don't.
There it is.
Know what was going on. I think it's very generous to say that she showed up, right? I think the key, if she loses here in this race, people are going to look back and her team is going to say, we should have been doing this from the very get-go because reps make you better, right? And the more you do this, the better you get. She's still not at it. We're 13 days out from an election, and everyone's hoping she's going to get better. The Wall Street Journal just came out with a poll while this was going on. She's losing altitude rapidly. Rapidly.
If you believe that, Paul.
Van, but okay, when Alyssa you had the conversation, you and Sonny, and she said she wouldn't do anything differently than Biden. Mm-hmm. Okay, every interview she's done since has asked that very question. Yes. It's a very basic one. It got asked again tonight. Mm-hmm. And the answer was, there was still not an answer to it. It didn't really feel.
Bro, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. These people are really struggling. I mean, they're struggling. It's what you're witnessing is the people coming to terms with the fact that they've been supporting a damn idiot. They're struggling. There's only so much spin you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it's equivalent to. Having a baby who only says a few words. Mama, dad, hungry, right? And you done went out and you knew this baby only said, mama, dad, hungry. And you went out and said, man, I got the smartest baby on the planet. You know, my baby? My baby is doing algebra and he's 2 years old. My baby doing trigonometry, geometry. My baby is reading the book of Genesis and they is 2 years old. And you got everybody hyped up like this is young Sheldon or something. Like you got young Sheldon in your house and then they come in the house and the baby's like, mama, daddy, hungry. And everybody's like, okay, the baby hungry. Mama, daddy, hungry.
Well, I think that the answer is she's talking about how she is different. And she talks about her biography in a way that I think does relate. I wish she would say, look, we did this and it didn't work. I would do this again. I'd like those kind of answers better. I'm not sure this is a media environment that wouldn't punish those answers. I think so. But what she does lean into is the things in her biography that are different, not only from Biden, but from Trump and frankly anybody else. I don't know anybody else who's run for president who had to help their mom in the very intimate ways that she had to.
What? So he spins away from everything and normally when people do this, they spin towards a strong point. The only strong point he could spin to was, and watch his hand motion. This is him saying, I need help. Watch. So he tries to spin to something positive. He says, I don't know anybody who has a biography that's the same one. Someone who had to help her mother the way she has. Man, you talking about digging in the bottom of you know how you got a pickle jar, right? And I'm talking about one of them big old plastic pickle jars that you would get from Sam's. The kind that you got to stick your arm all the way in. And they got them little bitty pieces of pickles at the bottom. You didn't use all the pickles. You're trying to get to the bottom and you stick your hand in there and your hand and your arm goes in and your fingers can't reach the bottom. He reaching into the bottom of the pickle jar trying to get the pickle with his fingertips. And so he needs help. So watch, his hand motion is to the other guy saying, hey, you help me out here. Look at his hand. Hell, damn it, I need help. Let's see what he goes with.
You said some things that I think are really important. She hits the right notes on the economy, and sometimes she does it well. Sometimes, and I've said this before, when she's talking about abortion rights or when she's talking about the framework of our democracy and so on, she's passionate and persuasive. When she talks about some of these economic issues, it sounds a little like she's right language, but from Berlitz. And
from where? Right language, but from where?
She's right language, but from Berlitz. And, it would be really valuable to insert human beings into the stories, into the answers.
And when she does it, it's powerful.
Well, and I do think coming to a Republican ad near you will be the court-packing answer, because it was a non-answer to something that's a very specific question, and that is something that to Republicans is a very animating
ending the filibuster. She said.
She was looking at it.
She looks at stuff. She studies stuff. Donald Trump says he's going to be a dictator, and
he's going to eliminate income tax.
Ending the filibuster is a big deal.
But she didn't say she was going to. She said she'd look at it. She's studying things.
I love how everyone can see what goes on here during it.
It's amazing. It's 4 against 1. I think, guys, I'm going to do some research on who this dude is. It's 4 against 1. And I want you to understand, you see these smiles that people are having? They know that they're jousting. He knows that he has them. They know that he has them. They know that they're losing. And this smile right here that Van has, this is the soft underbelly smile. This is a smile that a man gives you when he knows he's lost, and it's like, come on, bro, don't hurt me too bad, dog. You know, remember, it's a game, dog. Don't hurt me. I've seen the soft underbelly smile before. It's don't hurt me too bad, bro. You know, it's not that serious, bro. Don't go too bad. And the smile on the right is, no. I got you. I got you. Shut up. And now you notice they're trying to overtalk him to keep him from making his point.
Fight's been going on the whole time.
Your point was well taken, right? If you're going to be different than Biden, and if your message is turn the page, right? We're turning the page. Like, you got to give some specific answers how you're going to turn the page.
Talking about, there are a lot of Americans who want.
See? Van looks at the TV. This guy here.
Want to turn the page on the kind of craziness that we've seen from Donald Trump. This kind of incessant divisiveness.
Yeah.
Now watch this. This is where CNN goes wrong. And this is where a lot of news media people go wrong. The conversation was about Kamala and her shortcomings. They can't give her a real honest assessment of her shortcomings so she can get better. Instead, they swing to Trump, and they say people want to turn the page from Donald Trump, but you can't turn the page from Donald Trump because he hasn't been president for the past 4 years. He hasn't been president. The only person that you can realistically turn the page from is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And this is them coming in for their attack. What I'm gathering from this, and I'm sorry, guys, what I'm gathering from this segment is they know that this woman sucks at her job, and they're terrified at how bad she is at it. And if they were just honest, they're just honest, they would say, hey, she's not the woman for the job. And I'm gonna tell you, had they been honest about it at the very beginning, instead of coming out painting this picture of her as being this strong, important, influential black woman, then a woman of color, then this, the Democrats might have stood a chance. But it's the lies and the cover-ups that destroyed them. Their trap and their snare that they set for the whole world is what caught them. They're trapped in their own trap. You can't break out of it. You painted this picture of her, and she does not live up to what you painted of her. So you did this. The media did this. And that's just the honest to God truth. I'll see you guys in about an hour or so.